brave warriors of Caith's End, I come bearing difficult news. Our request for aid from the Astra Militarum has been denied. But I believe that if we send diplomats to plead our case, and no, I'm sorry, help will not be coming. The cowards at the Adeptus Munitorum have abandoned us. The murmuring priests declare our fierce battle against the heretics a doomed effort. They insist the heresy that started in Caith's crown has extended its grasp too widely and too profoundly throughout the whole system. Clerks and officials who have never stepped onto a war zone claim we are waging a hopeless conflict. So-called guardians of the faith who think heresy can be restrained. We cannot rely on the wisdom of these individuals. The same timid cowards who turned a blind eye as my deceitful cousin tainted his world and its inhabitants. I recall the dispatches. Output surging twofold, then threefold. Laborers chanting while toiling through 30-hour stints. The administratum hailed it as wondrous productivity. They questioned why Caith's End didn't match that same allegiance to the emperor as they increased our tribute, to foster deeper commitment to the imperium, they claimed. But I detected the reek of decay, and when I appealed for an inquisitorial probe, they dispatched clerks, commerce auditors who talked of tolerable variances from imperial norms. Their avarice obscured the cost in mortal spirits. My cousin's blasphemy was considered too beneficial and fruitful for the Imperium to be fully purged. The tribute must flow, they informed me, but I could not force myself to depend on those feeble, misguided idiots or permit their praise of my bloated, debased cousin to persist. So I took the essential steps. I devoted years to amassing weapons, corrupting trade overseers, and redirecting the vital imperial levy. I know many of you doubted my fervor as I searched the world for any hint or odor of the heresy that had ensnared our old comrades. I heard your protests against the creation of the Noctis Vigilum, the planet's hidden enforcers, my watchers in the shadows. No individual or organization was beyond scrutiny. Any potential danger to planetary integrity faced questioning, anyone showing a trace of doctrinal leniency. Perhaps I was too forceful in my inquiries. I concede that along the way there was some violence. Many of you mourned family in the cleansings, their remains incinerated in our memorial pyres. But I have not demanded from you anything I myself was unwilling to forfeit. I examined the fifth royal lineage with the same severity and unyielding resolve, even those I viewed as allies. I had to confirm their purity, you understand, to gaze into their essences and behold only the Emperor's radiance. Indeed, there are moments when I long for my dear ones to have survived to witness this hour, that they had never turned against me, and everything since was merely a nightmare. I wish I could stir and discover myself secure in bed next to my spouse. She would clasp my hand and assure me there was no cause for alarm. She would remind me that the offspring were safe in their chambers, the hounds resting calmly. She would vow that no danger would befall us, and I would trust her. We would drift back to slumber and enjoy a secure, joyful existence. Sadly, that is not our fate. My wife, my siblings, my offspring, exposed as conspirators and spineless plotters when they were most required. But we have progressed too far for remorse, my comrades. It was an essential offering. I could not hazard the Imperium or the Archenemy, discovering our schemes as I readied our realm for the unavoidable confrontation. Because soon the affliction expanded, and the regimes of our adjacent worlds started to crumble. And gradually, the destructive forces approached Caith's End, but they encountered no mercy. We grasped our opportunity, mowing down their cackling masses with bursts of lass fire, brandishing sword and bayonet when rounds depleted, tearing their hides with hands and fangs, savoring the essence of traitor vitae. Boldly, we torched the dwellings and bureaus of tainted Imperium functionaries. We hauled the remnants from their burrows, their forms skinned in the avenues, evidence of our loyalty to the Emperor and a caution to any who presumed to oppose him. My comrades, as I gaze out from the battlements of the royal fortress, I behold evidence of your loyalty etched across the metropolis. Every lane, structure, and fortification is marked with the gore of the PDF and the labor squads. Hallowed vitae shed in justified wrath for the Emperor's honor. Find strength, for I have listened to your war shouts and witnessed the rage on your visages. PDF soldiers shedding tears of elation as they plunged their bayonets into heretic cores. Youths scarcely mature enough to grip a stubber, holding firm amid adversary barrage and the overseer's ire. Labor Brigade recruits chuckling as their explosive devices deliver our adversaries to the Emperor's verdict. You have all sensed the fury coursing through your arteries, cleansing you, rendering you complete. And as you combat, I urge you to recall our homeland. Not the ravaged inferno it has become, but the realm of serene splendor it once embodied. A verdant and agreeable domain where the Emperor's glow illuminated the Agri plains, where every hamlet plaza echoed with youthful mirth, and where wanderers received refuge at any threshold they approached. A realm that appeared immutable. As you savored your initial mug of recaf, observing the dawn as you geared up for the day's toils, recall what the Archenemy has stolen from you as you thrust a dagger into their innards and observe the spark dim from their gaze. My comrades, turn your eyes upward. Behold the pristine azure concealed behind the veils of cinders. Can you perceive it? Can you perceive the Emperor gazing down upon us? My comrades, he is beaming. All unfolds as it was destined. It was ever intended to be savage and isolated, soul-crushing and petrifying. You were ever destined to witness the dreadful magnificence of the heavens ablaze. You were ever destined to behold the forms of your brethren, the most valiant souls you have known, prostrate in the mire. You were ever destined to see those you cherish torn from your hold and pulled away, wailing. It was all within the Emperor's design. He observes. He witnesses our tribute. Every shriek, every shattered frame, every stripped cadaver, he attests. We cannot aspire to comprehend the paths of the Emperor, but we must heed his command. And his command is inscribed in vitae across every combat zone. I do not know how much time remains for us, my comrades, but there is savage labor still ahead. Gaze at your allies, friends, and kin. Whoever endures, grasp your arms and claim your opportunity to perish in splendor. Do not implore for clemency or plead for deliverance, for it shall not arrive. There is solely the clamor of conflict and the boom of our cannons, solely the sanctified outpouring of vitae, solely crania heaped tall in every village plaza. And when the ordnance descends, when the firmament ignites, when even the rocks of Caith's End wail in torment, our cries will ascend above it all, as deities of our own forging, sanctified by the vitae of our enemies. So lift your edges, my brothers and sisters, for we shall drain the galaxy barren, and let every droplet spilled be a tribute to him on Terra, he who thirsts for blood unending. On Caith's End, King Augustus Veth battles onward, guiding his crazed death cult on a holy war to reclaim the Caith system, his zealots butchering multitudes in warped allegiance to the Emperor. All communication with the Imperium has halted. the Emperor protects. This has been Tales from the Auto-Redactus. If you desire more Warhammer short tales, be a fine fellow and tap that like button, eh? Maybe subscribe too while you're here. Splendid chap.